sweeping the house, sweeping the house, sweeping the house. Until she hears that ting, ting, and she looks to see this little flash of light as it rolls across the room, hits the wall on the other side, stops. And she runs after it, grabs that dirty coin that's been stuck under the couch or under the table or wherever, grabs it, jumps up and down, runs outside to her neighbors, who of course at this point have thought she's lost her mind anyway. She's doing spring cleaning in August, and says, "I've lost my coin, here it is, woohoo! Rejoice with me, I've lost my lost coin." Cool story. What's the point? Parables are always told to bring about a point, to tell us something about our lives and about God. Suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Won't she light a lamp and sweep the entire house and search carefully? Okay, so the first story that we read was the story of the lost sheep a couple weeks ago. You may be familiar with it even if you weren't here. Here's a little lamb, cute little lamb, and it wanders off, and it falls, and it gets caught, and it's bleeding there helplessly, and all our hearts go, "Oh, the poor little lamb." This is a coin, rolls across the room. It's a coin. See, it's not in the empathy that we feel for the lamb, it's in the value of the coin itself. The value that's placed on the coin. And notice that the coin is lost in the house. The sheep went away from the fold, got lost. The coin is lost in the house. And that's really deeply symbolic, because that's talking about people who are lost in church. Lost in a community of people. Notice how it's lost. It was in relationship with the 10. She had 10 coins, and this one has been separated. It's funny to me how many times when I see someone end up lost, it's in connection with relationships. Something goes wrong in a relationship, and they get lost. They get hurt by someone, and they end up lost. For whatever reason, distraction comes, and they lose relationship, and they end up lost. God has wired us to be in a relationship with each other, and when that breaks, it's either caused or the effect, usually, of us being lost. You need relationships to be in relationships, and this one is gone. It's gone. It's right there in the house, but it's not a part of the rest. George Barna is a guy that does a lot of research on spiritual trends in America. He's coming out with a new book called The Faith Tribes. 7 Faith Tribes of America. He did a lot of research, and he's identified 7 major belief trends in our country. There's 2 categories of Christians. He says that about 2/3 of Americans are what he classifies as the tribe of casual Christians. A casual Christian is, well, if there's 2/3 of Americans that are casual Christians, you probably know quite a few. Christianity is a blanket. It makes them feel warm and cozy. They've got a community of people, perhaps. They feel a part of a church, so I've got a place and identity. They have a standard of morality that makes them feel like a good person. They have a connection to deity if they so desire it. But it doesn't require anything of them. It doesn't influence their life on a daily basis. It doesn't dictate their decisions to them. It just gives them the overall feeling of being a good, moral, upstanding person. 2/3 of America are this. The problem with this is that it's truly not a disciple of Jesus Christ at all. It's truly not a follower of Jesus at all. See, Jesus walked up to the disciples and he said, "Come, follow me," and they left everything to follow Jesus. The call of being a follower of Christ is a radical call, and if you're here checking out the God thing, I want to be real clear with you. It is a major turning point of your life. Don't walk into this quickly like, "Ooh, yay, I want this." You got to know, I'm following Jesus Christ and I'm changing my life. It is the best decision you'll ever make. It's the biggest decision you'll ever make. But I'm telling you, it's not just something like, "Wow, I think I'd like to try Starbucks instead of Matzo Java this morning." It's a radical life transition where you're saying, I'm leaving behind everything that I was to let God come in and change me to something else. And being a casual Christian, feeling like, you know what, I go to church so I'm a good person. but it not influencing my life, my decisions, my world, is not a Christian, and unfortunately, you're lost in the church. Sitting in the corner, under the carpet, hanging out, feeling good because I'm in the church, but I'm still lost. So it doesn't matter where you're lost. It's about whether you're lost or in the hands of God. And the coin is lost. 2/3 of Americans, casual Christians, I fear, are lost inside the church. Feeling really comfortable about, yeah, I'm a God-fearing Christian person. I believe in God, I pray. How did it influence your life today? Where did God take you this week that made you uncomfortable? How has your relationship with God changed how you deal with the people around you? How has it changed how you deal with God? That's what being a radical Christ follower, disciple of Jesus is about. And what's cool is that God is passionately, deeply motivated to find you when you're lost.
Amen.
There's a lot of people in the experience that know what that's like, been lost in church, and God's been finding them. You see, he could have. She could have rather just said, yeah, I got 9. I got 9, I'm good. But when there's something of value to you, man, you move heaven and earth to find it. And when God looks at you being lost, if you're lost in the church, God looks at you with deep, passionate longing that says, I must find you. I want to be in relationship with you. I want to be connected to you. I want to know you.
Amen.
And I'm going to move heaven and earth to do it. I would give up heaven, literally, to be in relationship with you, even though you don't even, at this point, realize that you're hurt, that you're lost, that you're not where you want to be. He grabs the broom and he starts sweeping, saying, I'm going to find you. I want to be with you. Amen. Not the viewpoint that maybe you've had, that God is this harsh God up there looking, going, gotcha. You screwed up again! Bam! It's the God who says, I will find you in the middle of the mess, among the dust.